पुरुषान् स्त्रीन् पुनातिः वक्तारं प्राक्षकं स्तोत्रं तत्पादसलिलं यथा. Translation and cover by Srila Prabhupada. The Ganges, emanating from the toe of Lord Vishnu, purifies the three worlds, the upper, the middle, and the lower planetary systems. Similarly, it's streamed already. Similarly, when one asks questions about the pastimes and characteristics of Lord Vasudeva, Vasudeva, Krishna, three varieties of men are purified. The speaker or the preacher, he who inquires, and the people in general who listen. But it is said, Tasman Gurum Prapadyet Jigyasu Shreya Uttamam. Those interested in understanding transcendental subject matters as a goal of life must approach the bona fide spiritual master. Tasman Gurum Prapadyet. One must surrender to such a guru who can give right information about Krishna. Herein Maharaj Parikshit has surrendered to the right personality, Sukadev Goswami, for enlightenment in Vasudev Katha. Vasudev is the original personality of Godhead who has unlimited spiritual activities. Srimad Bhagavatam is a record of such activities, and Bhagavad Gita is a record of Vasudev speaking personally. Therefore, since the Krishna consciousness movement is full of Vasudev Katha, anyone who hears, anyone who joins the movement, and anyone who preaches will be purified. The Ganges emanating from the toe of Lord Vishnu purifies the three worlds, the upper, the middle, and the lower planetary systems. Similarly, when one asks questions about the pastimes and the characteristics of Lord Vasudeva Krishna, three varieties of men are purified, the speaker or the preacher, he who inquires, and the people in general who listen. Spiritual inquiries have been glorified in a very profuse manner in Srimad Bhagavatam. When Parikshit Maharaj is asking questions to Sukadev Goswami Maharaj, when Sukadev Maharaj is glorifying the questions of Parikshit Maharaj, He says, Varyaneshate Prashna, Tishu Lokamangalam. He's saying that your questions are very nice because the answer to those questions can bring about welfare for the entire humanity. In fact, the Shastras exclaim and acknowledge that inquiries about Krishna is the prime goal of human life. The first aphorism of the Vedanta Sutra is related to this. Vedanta Sutra aphorism 1 says, Ataha tu Brahma Jigyasa. Ataha means therefore. Therefore, you should inquire about the Supreme. This is what it means. Ataha tu Brahma Jigyasa. Why therefore? So therefore means what? One who is reading is a human being. Therefore, one who is a human being. Therefore, you're a human being. Therefore, inquire about this. That's what the Vedanta Sutra means. The first aphorism. So it is said that these spiritual inquiries, or rather we can see that inquiry is the way in which we can drive towards any destination, spiritual or material, by means of inquiry. So which direction we inquire, that direction our consciousness goes, that direction our thoughts flow, that direction our activities flow. So the directionality of inquiry sets the direction of our whole life in that sense. Therefore, spiritual inquiries are of paramount importance. So when there are spiritual inquiries, there is elevation, there is upliftment of consciousness. Now, Srila Prabhupada explains that even animals also inquire. Animals' life. So, life in general is full of inquiries also. In animals' case, the inquiries are filled with the basic necessities of life. Where is food? Where is shelter to sleep? Where is food? Where is sex? These are the inquiries related to eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That's all. So it is explained that if human life also, the inquiries are limited to where is food, where is lodging, where is shelter, where is sex, where is money, where is facilities, and so on. And that is misuse of human life, or very specifically, abuse of human life. The abuse of human form of life is to simply inquire about eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That's all. Why? Because human life is not meant for that. Human life is a very special and rare fortune given to a living entity to get himself or herself liberated from the shackles of material existence. And therefore, wasting human form of life is a very serious misuse and abuse. Actually and factually speaking, inquiries are not meant. So there is no need of these material inquiries. Why? Because anyways, no matter what, the jiva is dependent on the Supreme Lord for the jiva's survival. Anyways, the jiva is dependent on the Supreme Lord. We see whatever we need for our survival is not manufactured by factories, is not artificially manufactured, it is given by Mother Nature, it is given by Krishna. We need air, water, sunlight. It's not given in industries. We need fruits, vegetables, milk, none of which are produced in the industries. So whatever we need in life is not given by the industries. Whatever we need in our life for our survival is given by Krishna. So this goes to show that anyways, our basic necessities of life are provided by the Supreme Lord. What is there? What is the need to inquire about it? Because Krishna is already supplying it. Krishna is already supplying it. And therefore, especially for a person who is upright, can very easily access, such a person can very easily access the resources of the Lord, and the Lord very easily provides such a person resources. So, we see even in even materially speaking, we see in the society, if a person is genuinely serving the society, social service, people willingly come forward and give such a person donation who is working for the welfare of society. If one is working for Krishna, which is a superset of working for society, Krishna not arranged for facilities. That is the point. So therefore, the question of eating, sleeping, meeting, depending, that inquiry is not required only. So therefore, the only question which one should focus on is how to spiritualize my life. How do I move forward in spiritual life? How to spiritualize the life of others. So in this world, everyone is radiating the vibrations of their own heart, their own level of consciousness. And as an individual, we are getting so many vibrations, positive and negative, depending on whom we associate with or whom we start taking seriously. So Lord Krishna is giving us, or you can see the Acharyas are giving us a very instant formula of purifying the atmosphere of the world. How? Immediately, instantly. Just like we say, okay, there is too much heat, immediately switch on the AC. The very cooling, refreshing ambience will be created. In a similar way, a lot of pollution, contamination in this world around, a lot of provocations, agitations. Immediately we can switch on Krishna Katha, that's like air conditioner. It purifies the atmosphere of the whole world. So here it is being stated that when there is spiritual inquiry and the Krishna Katha takes place, the speaker, the inquirer, and the hearers, everyone benefits. Which goes to show that it's a very instant and easy switch to purify the atmosphere of the world, to purify our thoughts, to cleanse up the contaminations in our heart. What should we do? Immediately switch on Krishna Katha by putting forward spiritual inquiry in the association of devotees. So rather this Krishna Katha is being compared here to the flow of the Ganges, the flow of the mother Ganges. So it is being compared here to the flow of the mother Ganges. Because it is like Amrit Dhara. It is like the flow of nectar. Why? Because it can heal all the vices, infected sectors of our heart. As soon as that Krishna Katha flows, there is it's like a medicine. Therefore, and our efforts should be to always devotees' efforts should always be to ignite the spiritual inquiry in people's hearts. Preaching means to ignite spiritual inquiries in people's hearts. When people inquire about Krishna, they get to understand about Krishna and be completely satisfied. Jayatma Suprasidi. completely satisfied. Prabhupada explains in one of the purports in Bhagavatam that doubt is a function of intelligence. Prabhupada says the problem is in the material world, people don't doubt. They just keep on going on like a machine. They don't think, they don't doubt. Everyone is miserable. Nobody wants to think of an alternative. Nobody is asking the question why. Everyone is working 12 hours. Obviously, sometimes people are traveling 2 hours, 4 hours every day, going to work, coming back from work. Very miserable life. But nobody is asking why, how to get out. So, now Prabhupada says doubt, if this function of doubt is channelized or directed towards material life, one will get so much of faith and so much of awakening and realization, seeing the affairs of the material world. My God, material world is so dangerous. Now, one can run towards Krishna at a very high speed. So, we should utilize that doubt, that faculty of doubt towards material life, to doubt the very fabric of material life. So, that's inquiry, because that kind of doubt, that directionality of doubt, questioning, is going to propel us towards Krishna in a very profuse manner. Very profuse manner. So, uh, so rather we can understand that whenever there is spiritual inquiry, there is going to be progress. If there is spiritual inquiry, that means we are understanding the need of getting to understand something. And we understand and hear the solution, we apply, sure short progress. Sure short progress. So, like one time, when devotee was asking Radhishyam Prabhu, he was saying that about a certain aspect of devotional service, and he was saying with great heart that this is so difficult, so difficult, so difficult, Prabhu, what should I do? Radhishyam Prabhu gave a very nice answer. Radhishyam Prabhu said, seeing his earnest heart and the way he was asking questions very intensely, he was saying, this is so difficult to practice, what should be done? He was saying. Radhishyam Prabhu immediately told him, he understood his situation. Radhishyam told him that that means you are trying to follow it and you are struggling to follow it very sincerely. Therefore, you are getting a doubt, and therefore you are getting so you are failing means you are trying. If somebody is not trying only, then there is no question only. If somebody is not thinking of applying only something, where is the question? If you think of applying, then no, it's not fitting in, it's how to fit it, and so many questions will come. But if somebody is not listening from one ear and diffusing it out or throwing out from the other ear, where is the question of applying? I mean, where is the question of inquiry? Like people many times say, okay, how was the class? Very nice. What you understood? Everything. Which point you liked? Everything. That means it's heard from one ear and let out from the other ear. Most likely that is the case. So, is not thought about it seriously. Because if you think about it seriously and say, oh, how do I fit it in my life? My life is this trajectory, that trajectory, this. How will this fit in? And we try to fit in, it's not fitting in, and all. Then there is so much questions. Okay, this part fitting, this part not fitting. What is how when and there will be a lot of inquiries. So therefore, I should say that this is a sign of seriousness. That means you're seriously trying to apply. Such a person, like you see, Arjuna is very desperately asking Krishna. Why? Because Arjuna is trying to understand, trying to follow, but he's finding difficulty. But he's trying to follow. His attitude was there to follow. Such an attitude was there. And one takes shelter. Tasmat Gurum Prapadyeta Jigyasu Shreya Uttama. One takes shelter with such an attitude. 100% one is going to get that Amrit Dhara of the Ganges nectar flow, and one just drinks it and imbibes it in one's life. 100% sure short progress is guaranteed. Just like Arjuna submitting to Krishna and asking that question, how do I overcome the weakness of my heart? Itself declared and heralded that Arjuna will be victorious. Because here was Tasmat Gurum Prapadyeta, the Supreme Personality of Godhead personally present. And here was Arjuna, who was very sincerely having the spiritual inquiry and the disposition of heart to know and follow and to rise. And therefore, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Tatra Partha Dhanurdhara, Tata Shri Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. That's all here for today. Do we have any questions? Yes, we will. Uh, uh, I just heard that Radheshyam Prabhu wali baat, usme further, what is the question? Radheshyam ke answer se what happened? Okay, so you are saying that your doubt got cleared. Okay, so you said that your doubt got cleared, and this was yes. If we apply and struggle and fail, and then we come back saying that okay, this is what I did, and this is where I failed. Now you tell me. Then we again hear that okay, where we failed, where we can avoid. Next time again we go, again we may fail, but like this, we are actually rising step by step. So we do something and come back and then ask, okay, this is what it is, and I tried this and it worked out, didn't work out. Now, how can I improve? Then slowly we'll come to a stage when things will start working. But if we don't apply only anything, we don't struggle only to do anything, uh, then where is the question? That were many times devotees ask this question. I have heard so many proper disciples. They ask how to, how do I, how do I develop taste? How do I do this? How do I develop this quality, that quality? Many times, I have seen senior devotees saying that okay, there is no answer to how to. You have to do it, and if you feel problems in doing it, then take guidance of how to work out the problem. But how to means what? How to take prasad? Is there a answer to how to take prasad? Just you have to eat it, is it not? You have to pick it up and eat it, is it not? So how to attend morning program? You have to wake up and go for the morning program. To wake up, you have to sleep early, to keep alarm. Little bit lifestyle rearrangement has to be done. So one should stay near the temple. One should have nice peer association who can wake us up. Maybe 3-4 devotees stay together nearby in a building, or we just stay next to temples, so very easy to go. Like that, or we stay in the temple. So it's very easy to go. Like that. So we do something, and then there is some struggle, and then we can discuss that. But there should be an attempt to do something. No, there should be an attempt to do something. Sure, Prabhu. Yeah. So bhakti is not a theoretical process. Bhakti is completely practical process. Nothing. It's not at all theoretical. So bhakti is a completely practical process. So So the life exam is not a theory paper, it's a practical paper. In a practical paper, you have to produce the results. How much you know the details of the experiment does not matter. You have to produce the results. You have to show that you are getting the solution. So similarly, in life, we have to produce the result. Ante Narayana Smriti, that is the result we have to produce. That's so much so that the best thoughts and the most intense thoughts and activities of our life are Krishna consciousness activities. Over the entire integral of whatever years of life we have. So it's a practical exam, So all theories to inspire us, But ultimately the exam is not theory. The exam is practical. Nobody will ask Bhakti Shastri questions, at the end of life. But they will ask if you remember Krishna. They will ask what service you have done for Krishna. So it's a practical exam actually. Let's stop here for today. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, हरि बोल।